Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 5. My favorite 31 power trio bands of all time. 3 musicians creating lots of power. Like I've said before, configurations could vary. Bass guitar drums, keyboard bass drums, keyboard guitar drums, whatever. 3 people bringing the power, making lots of noise, and putting out some really good music, really good albums. This particular pick right here has been a favorite of mine for a long time. Through most of this guy's career, he has had a power trio with varying other people. Usually it's a bass player and a drummer alongside him. Of course, he's playing guitar. I'm talking about Robin Trower. Yes, indeed. Twice removed from Yesterday and Bridge of Sighs, the first 2 albums, 1973, 1974, Chrysalis Records. Of course, Robin Trower on guitars. Jimmy Dewar from Stone the Crows on bass and vocals. What a vocalist. Reg Isidore on the first 2 albums, kind of a funky drummer, right? Robin's always had pretty funky drummers, I think, which has worked well. But it came shortly thereafter. A guy named Bill Lorden replaced Reg on drums. He plays on the For Earth Below album and the Classic Live album. Also on the Long Misty Days album, before Jimmy Dewar decides to just sing and give up the bass duty. So they become a 4-piece for a couple of years, right? For the In City Dreams and Caravan to Midnight albums. But then for the Victims of the Fury, Jimmy picks up the bass once again. They go back to being the 3-piece, the power trio of Dewar, Lorden, and Trower. What's this music like? Well, it's very much blues rock with slight funk undertones and this great psychedelic vibe, of course, because Robin was highly inspired by the late Jimi Hendrix. And a lot of this music, it's Stratocaster into a Marshall amp, Crybaby wah-wah, Univibe, fuzz, this swirly, bluesy, thick tone guitar with these great songs, with this great singer who's kind of, Jimmy Dewar's kind of like a, not unlike some of the great singers of that time period from the 70s, those bluesy rock singers, think like Paul Rodgers, David Coverdale, that sort of thing, right? They just had that amazing, rich, husky voice. Such a great singer and a really good bass player, too. So many great songs. I mean, you know all the great tracks, right? If you're Trower fans, I Can't Wait Much Longer, Shame the Devil, Man of the World, Rock Me Baby, title track to Twice Removed from Yesterday, Day of the Eagle, Bridge of Sighs, It's Only Money, Alethea, Gonna Be More Suspicious. So many great songs. The first 3 studio albums are amazing. The live album is amazing. But, you got Long Misty Days. Title track is great. It's kind of like the second sibling, the younger sibling to Bridge of Sighs. You got the great funky Same Rain Falls, Caledonia. Sailing is gorgeous. SMO, Some More is a great jam. Messin' the Blues, another great jam. I mean, just really good stuff. And then, of course, for my money, the Victims of the Fury album is just absolutely terrific. Probably the heaviest album he ever did. The Screamin' Jack and Jill, the title track, Victims of the Fury, The Ring is just amazing. It's got some killer guitar work on that. Madhouse, Into the Flame, excellent stuff. The trio also did another album called Back It Up. This was the last album with Jimmy Dewar on vocals. Also really good. If you'd never heard Benny Dancer, what a screaming psychedelic blues rock jam that is, with some of Trower's best guitar work. Islands is terrific. Title track Back It Up. Black to Red is great. But I do want to mention, talking about Robin Trower, because he also was in another very memorable trio for 2 albums. And then they did another one shortly, many years later, not shortly thereafter, many years later. And it's the Bruce Lorden Trower. Okay, so the BLT album is the first album that those 3 guys did together. So basically, Jack Bruce, of course, from Cream, joins up with Robin Trower, and they make the BLT album with Bill Lorden. And then I do not believe that Bill Lorden played drums on the second album, which is Truce. I do not remember who was playing. Was it Reg Ice Store came back for that? I do not remember. I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, also a really good album. More funky. I think that the BLT album is actually stronger. And Bruce and Trower worked again together many, many years later. But yeah, for my money, the BLT album is the one to get with the, little partnership there with Jack Bruce. That everything kind of clicked really well on that. If you've never heard Into Money or No Island Lost, absolutely terrific. Life on Earth is really good. Feel the Heat and Endgame, just really good, bluesy, funky, hard rock. Just really, really great stuff. And Jack Bruce's, his playing is all over. That's big and fat. And of course, we all love Jack's vocals, right? But Trower's guitar is just saturated with fuzz and wah-wah all throughout that album. And it's just, man, what a tone. Great stuff. So that is my pick for today. Pick number 5. Robin Trower, all the Power Trio albums. There's a whole bunch of them. Specifically, I think my favorite is still the Robin Trower, Jimmy Dewar, Bill Lorden. To me, that's the best. That's the one right there. Wish I could have seen them live. It's like one of those bands you always wish I was just a little bit older and I could have got to see those guys live, because, man, that would have been something. So anyway, let us know what you think of Robin Trower and his Power Trio down in the comments below. And but also, more importantly, please list your pick. Number 5, as we're counting down to number 1, right? We're almost at the end of the month. Got a couple really good ones left. I've actually, it's funny. I do read the comments every day, folks. I don't always comment on everything, but I do read all your comments. And I love that the last 2 days, a lot of people have been predicting what my final 5 or 6 were going to be. A couple of you were pretty spot on. Maybe you had the order a little wrong, but you were pretty spot on. And you guys know me pretty well, so you've done a really good job. I'd like for those of you who pay close attention and have been listening to everything I've been saying and talking about for the last 7 years. God, actually, no, 8 years now. We were doing this channel for 8 years. But, yeah, so you've done a nice job there. I commend you. So this is on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. That's right. So stay tuned tomorrow for pick number 3, right? No, pick number 4. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Pick number 4 is tomorrow, and what else we got coming up? All sorts of things happening this week here on the channel, as always. So don't miss any of it. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts, so you don't miss any of these episodes, right? And stay tuned for coming up next month. We're going to be talking about newer stuff. My 30 must-hear bands from 2000 to 2022 across all the genres that we cover here. So I've picked out my 30 favorites, and I'll be talking about one at a time each and every day. So you got some listening to do. So until then, I am Pete Pardo. Have a good one, everybody. See you tomorrow morning with another of my favorite Power Trio bands. Take care. Bye-bye.